Charles, since 1999, and that's the Columbine shooting in Colorado, there have been more than 27 mass murders, shootings killing more than 4 people. In Colorado alone, there have been 6 where 3 people or more have been killed. As you take a look at this, scrolling down, what about this incident and what it says? Does it say anything broader?
Well, I'm sure people like to draw implications, and they look into society and all this stuff. Remember when we had the shooting in Tucson, people began to shoot accusations, to level accusations at people in politics, the Tea Party. We even had a false report this morning on ABC of a connection to the Tea Party, which was not only scandalous but stupid. Why would you even look in that direction? But I think we're now, to the extent there's going to be a political side to this, people will talk about gun control. The one thing we never speak about is the way that we treat mentally ill and dangerous people. It seems to me that the numbers you cited, that's a pretty large number. That's more than 2 a year of these since Columbine. And I don't know if records were kept 50 years ago, 100 years ago, but that sounds like a lot. Over time, over the decades, our gun control laws have gotten more tight and more strict. At the same time, how we treat the mentally ill has gotten far more lenient and loose. Now, for good reason, we don't want to commit people willy-nilly. We believe in civil liberties. But on the other hand, there's always a risk. If we do, the threshold for committing people to a psychiatric facility on the basis of dangerousness has risen over the decades. I would commit people myself in the 70s when I was a psychiatrist at the Mass General Hospital. But since then, the threshold, how difficult it is, has risen. And you end up with people on the street who I think 100 years ago, 50 years ago, would now be in institutions. I'm not leveling the blame at anybody, but I'm saying as a society, we've made a decision that we're going to take the risk of tragedy in order to ensure civil liberties. And it's a difficult, difficult choice.
And quickly, clinically, in your old role, this guy, authorities say, is the guy behind the shooting. We don't know a lot about him, but what we know so far.
The guy in Tucson was clearly a psychotic from the way he spoke at the beginning. This guy seems a lot more organized, the way he did the shooting. He had it all organized. There's a lot of thinking, premeditation, the armor, and the theater of it. So I'm not sure that he's a raving psychotic, but clearly, if there were no accomplices, and I can't imagine there's a political motive or ideological one, this is an expression of something extremely unusual. Obviously, there's some mental illness here, and we'll determine what exactly it is with further examinations.
Juan.